Hello, Dr. Cinema here. Now, since Ready Player One was just released, I'm gonna try to not go into spoilers, but just in case I accidentally do say something spoiler related, consider this your warning. So, when this movie was first announced, I had no knowledge that it was based on a book beforehand. And one of my friends who was familiar with the book said it's a bad book. But I went in with a reasonable amount of optimism that this would be, you know, above average. This is more along the lines of average. Look, don't get me wrong. I think the visuals are great. I mean, it does look like it's a very well done movie from the CGI perspective, and the action is actually kind of fun. I mean, you've got the Iron Giant and a Gundam versus a Mecha Godzilla? Mega Godzilla? I don't know the name, but it's basically a giant robot Godzilla. And that was actually pretty fun to watch. But when it came to the actual plot of the story, well, at its best, the story was standard, what you'd expect. And at its worst, it was kinda shit. I mean, so the general story is that Wade Watts in the year 2045 is the first one to discover one of three keys that would that help lead him to the Easter egg, which will give whoever gets the Easter egg basically ownership of the Oasis, this big virtual reality that's basically the backbone of this futuristic country. So, so in the beginning, there's a kind of a big issue. I mean, the creator, the original creator of the Oasis, I mean, he sends a message out very shortly after his death saying about the Easter egg, and whoever finds it gets ownership of the Oasis, but they have to find the three keys first. And while they do find the first task for how to get the first key, it takes 5 years for them to figure out how to get the first key. 5 years after his death. What the hell? I mean, and speaking since the creator is dead, who was running the Oasis during that time period? That's kind of a big issue. I mean, at the end, you kind of figure out it's like his former partner kind of guy, but that's kind of a big plot hole. Well, if not plot hole, issue. And this other, like, competing company, IOI, they definitely do some stuff that they definitely have no right to do legally or morally, but it's both. I mean, things happen in this movie in the real world part of it that definitely should get this company in a lot of trouble. But the first time we see police is only right at the very end, just to take the head of the competing company into jail as he tries to kill the main character in the real world. And several things in this movie, like with the competing company and kind of at the end, happen that you think, where was the federal government in these decisions? Do we not have the federal government? Is everything just run by corporations now? I mean, it kind of is right now, but we still have a federal government actually doing stuff. So I kind of want to know what the hell the deal is with this world. So, and it's basically Easter eggs and pop culture, the movie. I like Easter eggs in film. They are something nice to be like, hey, here's that Easter egg. That's like paying like tribute or homage to a work that helped inspire, help pave the way for this movie. It's those kinds of things that are kind of nice to watch. But when you have a movie that's completely built on and filled with Easter eggs and pop culture references, it just gets so distracting and so filled that there's really no room for actual character development or actual world building. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's a harmless film. I mean, I know there are a lot of people excited for this film, and there are a lot of people excited for the book. Well, that really like the book. That's what I meant to say. Again, I never actually read the book. I just have a friend who was familiar with it and told me it was pretty bad. And I saw this movie, and it's harmless. I mean, it's standard. Sometimes it's kind of shit, but it has cool visual effects and fun action. So if you really enjoy this movie, fine. That's good for you. This just doesn't quite do it for me. I'm sorry. So I know I'm probably going to be in the minority here, but that's just my thoughts. So, what did you guys think? Comment down below. Like if you agree. Subscribe and share. And I'll see you guys next time.